West Virginia lost Rich Rodriguez. So who do they take over now? Well, Jimbo Fisher. I know he's got a $2.5 million buyout now at Florida State, a contract that he signed on Friday, but since when has a buyout really prevented a coach from going? Fisher's a great offensive mind. He actually recruited Pat White when Jimbo was an assistant coach and offensive coordinator at LSU. Doc Holliday, a great recruiter, the assistant and associate head coach at the University of Florida and has ties to West Virginia. Terry Bowden has thrown his name in for any job. I don't think he's going to end up with this one. And Todd Graham, the head coach of the University of Tulsa. He was previously at Rice. He was the defensive coordinator at West Virginia and is well thought of as one of the great jobs or coaches out there. There are a few other jobs that are still left. SMU, believe it or not, is still looking for a coach. They have been for months. The latest time to enter the mix is former head coach Larry Coker. And out west, UCLA is looking to replace Carl Durrell. Rick Neuheisel underway with his second interview. Dwayne Walker, the defensive coordinator, Norm Chow, Steve Mariucci, another name that UCLA is waiting on to see if he really is interested in returning to coaching. And guys, while I've been going through this last couple of weeks, I've been thinking to myself about some of these questions. Let me throw it out to you. Should a coach who leaves the school even be given the opportunity, Trev, to coach that same school in a bowl game?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think obviously if your allegiance aren't with that school anymore, I think you need to move on, and I think the new coach would want you there. I think there's a bigger issue there, and I don't know who does it. I don't know who the governing, quote, body would be, but I think at some point college football and these coaches need to get together and say, you know, what's in the best interest of college football? We need to find out how we can make this a system where coaches don't leave in the middle of a season, don't ask young men to buy into a system, to do everything to do, be committed, be loyal to the program, and then when you get a better job with more money and a better situation for you and a better business decision for you, you bolt, of course, leaving the student athletes there. Of course, remember, guys, that student athletes can only transfer one time. They transfer one time, they have to sit out for a year, right? 2 years if it's in conference. Why can a coach just up and leave like that?
And that's
a double standard for coaches versus student athletes.
Greg, I'll ask you this question. Should a coach have to sit out just like a player does if he leaves the school?
Absolutely. I think there has to be accountability. These guys have to know that they're affecting these kids. Like they sell. We're a family. And if these kids are penalized, which they are if they have to sit out when they're young in the prime of their athletic ability, if they have to sit out. You mentioned Todd Graham. If Todd Graham goes to another school, that's 3 different jobs in 3 years. That's ridiculous.
No. You understand the nature of the beast, and that's the business that we're involved in. Excuse me. I agree with you, Trev. That coach leaves, that player should not be penalized if he decides to transfer. He bought into that coach's philosophy. That coach is no longer here. I want to go elsewhere and play. You shouldn't penalize me, not 1 year, not 2 years. I don't care wherever I decide to go. If a coach leaves and goes to a conference school, an in-conference school, he's not penalized at all. So I don't think that player should be penalized.
It seems so simple to me. Why can't we have a system that the coaches cannot be fired, or maybe they can be fired, but they can't go out and hire a new coach until the last bowl game is played? Let these coaches go out and finish the season with their players. There's plenty of time. Change recruiting.
But to do that, you've got to change the whole recruiting schedule.
That's fine. Do that. I mean, you're putting coaches in a terrible position.
It's a huge business, and as we've discussed, the only people who are reaping the benefits from this business are the coaches. Don't tell this player that you're getting a free education. That's bull dookie. I earned that scholarship. I earned that chance to go to your university and take advantage of an opportunity to get an education. I didn't get anything free.